Hello everyone, my name is Holly, and during this hour we are going to be looking at dependent prepositions. These are actually verbs that have a preposition that goes with it pretty much all the time. So when you use a specific word, for example, depends, it depends on, you always have that word. So we're going to be practicing this through a systematic way, and also doing basically small talk, talking about different topics and just asking and answering questions. So that is the plan for this evening. Again, my name is Holly, and I am from Idaho in the United States, where it is 10 p.m. on Sunday evening, and we will be again practicing dependent prepositions. I can be found on Facebook under Verbling Teacher Holly, and check out my profile and you can learn a little bit more about me. I started teaching in English in 1994 in South Korea. I then went on to graduate school and got my master's degree in TESOL, and then went on to teach English in Finland, where I went for a 9-month contract and I stayed for 11 years. During that time in Finland, I also started teaching online, where I started my own training company, and I taught online from 2006 to 2011. Took a couple years off and came back to full-time teaching in 2014. Again, I'm really happy to be here at Verbling, working with all of you, and to this hour we will be working on dependent prepositions. So let me show you really quickly what we will be doing. Okay. Real quick, start out by doing a matching activity, and then we will be looking at all these different verbs and asking questions and trying to use the correct preposition. So the class will be just asking questions back and forth and trying to discuss in English different topics. So that is what we will be doing today. Excuse me. All right. So I can go ahead and get started. We can match the beginning of the sentence with the ending using the preposition as a guide. So we have, he is married to an American. I am afraid of you, or I'm afraid of dogs. He voted for the current leader. I am interested in history. I was very bad at mathematics. Vegetables are good for you. Oh, hello, Carolina. How are you today? Hello, Carolina. Can you speak?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, teacher.
Hi, how are you?
Good, thank you. And you?
Good, good. So, did you have a good weekend?
Yes, teacher. Yesterday I went with my family to a good restaurant,
Uh-huh.
Italian restaurant, and today I was studying English all day.
Uh-huh. Okay. Excellent.
Yes. And
Excellent.
did you have a great weekend?
I did. It was a real quiet weekend. I had loaned my car out to somebody, and so I have not had my car, and so I really
Oh,
couldn't get anywhere. So I stayed at home, and I really should have done a housework and got my house clean, but I instead I just kind of relaxed and watched movies and just and uh, and of course today I've been teaching most of the day, so.
yeah.
So it's been a good weekend. So, all right. Hello, Hogan. How are you today?
Yeah, I'm great.
Excellent.
Today is a Sunday here, and I spend my most of my time to cleaning my home.
Oh, like what I said I should have been doing, but I didn't.
Yeah, mostly my room.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Excellent. Excellent. All right. And then and nice to see you again, Jonathan. Did you have a good weekend, Jonathan?
Yes. The- I
Excellent.
I spent the weekend cleaning too.
Did you? Okay. So what I should have done. Okay. So I should have followed your guys' example. So yeah. All right. Well, good. So during this class, we are going to be working on dependent prepositions. Are you guys familiar with what dependent prepositions are? Maybe you've never heard it that way.
Yeah, I heard the prepositions, but not specifically dependent prepositions.
Okay. Yeah, and this is I don't know if it's my term. I think I've read it in a textbook, but it's not commonly used in grammar and so forth. But basically, the main idea is when you are speaking English and you have a sentence, for example, I ask you a question and you say, well, it depends on the situation. So the word depends always has the preposition on, or afraid of, or I don't know, there's all kinds of different ones. And so usually a lot of times when you have a new verb, if you can learn the preposition, it makes it easier because you always use that same preposition. So, well, let's start out with doing this exercise. Hello, Andre. It's nice to see you again.
Nice to see you too.
It's late in Quebec, isn't it?
It's midnight.
Midnight. Yeah, that's what I thought. So,
Yes.
all right, and so because Hogan, are you in Florida?
No, I'm
Or
in California, Los Angeles,
California? Okay,
actually.
so it's 9 where you are, and
Yeah,
then
9 p.m.
but it's midnight where Jonathan is, right?
Yes, it's midnight.
Okay, so we've got some night owls in the class. So, okay, so what we're going to do is match the beginning of the sentence with the ending using the preposition as a guide. So, he is married, and I look for the preposition, the correct preposition, to see if you can get that correct. Okay, so let's go ahead and start this. I'm going to add my pen, and I'm even going to make it, bear with me a moment, make it be purple. So let's start. Jonathan, why don't we start? You start. Why don't you see if you can match one of these sentences to the other side?
Okay. The first one.
Whichever one
He
you want.
okay. He's married mm, to an American.
Yes, married to. So the preposition, the preposition, the sentence is dependent on to. He is married to an American, and so whenever you have the verb married, you always have to. Hogan, can you try one?
Yeah, the second one, I'm afraid. Hello?
Yes, I didn't hear. All I heard was I am afraid.
I'm afraid of you.
I'm afraid of you. Okay, that will work. Now I'm gonna change it though. It'll be I'm afraid of dogs because I hope you're not afraid of me. So, but you are correct. Afraid of. So when
Yeah,
you have the verb afraid, it always has to have of.
that's right.
Okay,
Yeah, that's what I thought.
yeah, Carolina.
Okay, he bought
Okay,
uh,
now in this one,
bought
Carolina, you need to pronounce the E and the D.
okay,
So he voted.
okay, he bought it for you.
A four? Okay, voted for. Okay, it's not you, but it's he voted for the current leader. So
Okay, okay.
okay, but it is always voted for. Correct. Okay. Andre, could you match one?
I am interested at mathematics.
Okay, it's not at. It's another preposition. Can you figure out that?
Okay, I am interested with her job. His job? No.
No.
In the movie? No. Interested for you. I don't know. In the history. Of you. Everything of you. For you. Interesting in history?
Yes.
No?
So I am interested in history. Okay, so whenever you have the sentence interested, you always use the word in. So you could actually say, I am interested in the movie too. I am interested in the movie, but the reason this doesn't work in this respect is because of the question mark at the end. So
Okay,
that could not be a match. But it's interested in all the time. It's always in.
I am interested in theater.
Yes, I am interested in theater, or I am interested in I'm interested in math. I'm interested in learning English. It could be anything. Okay.
Okay,
All
thank
right. You're welcome, Jonathan. Can you do the next one?
I was very bad at mathematics.
I was very bad at mathematics. Yes. So you're bad at something. Okay. Or you're good at something. So you can say I was very good at mathematics. How about you, Jonathan? Were you good at mathematics or bad at mathematics?
Yes, I love them.
So you were good.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So excellent. So good or bad? Good or bad at? It has to do with ability. So if you're talking about something with ability, then that would be good or bad at. Okay. Now the next one, it has a good as well, but that has to do more with health. Okay. So Hogan, could you do this one?
Sure. Vegetables are good for you.
Yes, vegetables are good for you. So when you talk about something being good or bad for something, that has more to do with health. Good, bad, for is about health issues. It could be mental health, any type of health issues. So hello again. Is that Fog? Nice to see you again.
Okay, hello, nice to see you.
And you are from Saudi Arabia. Are you currently living in Saudi Arabia, or are you living somewhere
Yeah.
else?
Oh,
Okay.
no, I live in Saudi Arabia.
Okay. What time is it there now?
Now it is 7:15
Okay.
morning.
Okay. Excellent. Excellent. All right. So right now we're matching these sentences using the preposition as a guide. Can you try this one, Fog? I am very fond.
Yeah, which one? Sorry, but
Either one
just
of
a
them.
minute.
I am very fond. He was kind. He is content. Or were you disappointed? Any of these last four. You can try
Okay.
one.
Mm, just a minute. He was kind and very fond. Fond, I think it take off, right?
Yeah. Yes. Fond takes of. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very fond. To my dog, it is not true. I am fond. I think maybe with his job,
No, you have
right?
to. No, you have to use the word of. So I am very fond.
Yeah, right. I'm very fond of you.
Yes. Very fond
Yeah,
of you. Or you can say I am very fond of dogs. Both of those will work. So if you like dogs, you can say for me I'm a dog lover. So I can say I'm very fond of dogs. Okay?
yeah. But But because
Yeah.
I don't like dogs.
Yeah, then you can. Well, you would not say that. Then you would say, "I am not very fond of dogs." So you would put the "not" in
Yeah.
front of that.
Okay,
So
thank you.
you're welcome. Hogan, can you try one?
He is content with his job.
Yes. So he is, and instead of content, he is content.
Content.
Content. Okay. Now, content is a wording in English, but it is different. So we have content with.
Content.
Content with, that is the verb, meaning happy with, right?
Right.
So he's
Right.
happy with. But then you have, for example, the table of contents in a book, okay, or the content of the recipe. That is content. So if something that's within something, that would be content. Otherwise, it's content.
Okay.
So,
Content.
content or content. Okay. Carolina, can you do either he was kind or were you disappointed?
Okay. Were you disappointed in the movie?
Yes. Okay. And this one actually is easier because it has this right here. So and then this right here, right? But also disappointed in the situation with disappointed as far as dependent preposition. Most of these verbs have only one preposition or maybe two, like good and bad at or good and bad for. Disappointed has three different prepositions that you can use, but disappointed in will work in everything. For example, uh, I was disappointed in or at something, or I was disappointed in or with someone. Okay, so you can use at or with disappointed, but you have to change what it means. So at is with something, with is someone. But if you use in, it works every time. So okay. All right. Are there any questions about any of these?
I have a question about the last one. Can you say like, were you disappointed by
No.
by the movies? No.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No. So you can't. Also, we've got kind as well. Kind. He was kind to my dog. So that was the last one. I'll do that one. It's kind to my dog. I think when I had just got my dog when I wrote this material. So it was about 10 years ago when I wrote it. So he was kind to my dog. Any other questions? All right, Andre, are you back? Okay, apparently not. He went to take care of his dog. So now what we're going to do is we're going to choose a word and ask someone a question. Okay, remember to use the correct preposition if needed. There are a few verbs on here that do not have a preposition. Okay, so make sure that you are using the correct preposition. Now our goal is to use all the words in the chart during this conversation. Now I used this activity with my students since 2000. I think it was 2000 or 2001. And I personally have never had a student or a group of students get through this entire chart. So we will do as many as we can. Okay. So does everybody understand what you need to do? Choose a word, ask a question, and everybody can answer it. Does that make sense? Yes? No?
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, perfect. Let's start since Carlina, since you were the only woman and ladies first.
Okay.
Welcome back, Andre. So you're the only woman. So why don't you choose a word first and ask a question, and then just a general question, and then everybody else can answer the question, and then we'll see if the correct preposition is used, either when we ask it and when we answer it. Okay. So what?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I choose interested.
Okay.
What are you interested in?
Okay, perfect. What are you interested in? Okay. So we'll start with, okay, what are you interested in? And we'll start with Jonathan. Jonathan, what are you interested in?
I'm interested in computers. At computers.
Okay, anything specific about computers or everything?
Everything.
Everything.
But
Okay.
specifically programming.
Uh-huh. Okay. Excellent. Have you ever programmed developed a program that other people can use?
Part of it. Yeah.
Yeah, in your job?
Yes.
Excellent. Excellent. All right. So Hogan, how about you? What are you interested in?
These days, I am interested in learning speaking in English.
Learning to speak English. Okay.
Yeah.
So learning to speak English fluently, maybe. It's because you
Yeah.
can already speak English. So, yeah. And does it help that you are in the States? Does it make you motivate you more?
Yeah, not just staying in England, the United States, but I have to really try to speak with native speakers. Other than that, I have no chance to improve my English speaking.
Uh-huh. Now, are you in a university environment?
I'm sorry?
Or are you working or are you here for university?
Oh, I'm working here.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. And okay. All right. And Fog, how about you? What are you interested in?
Actually, I'm interested in learning another language with English, and I'm interested in football and playing football.
Football and playing football. Okay. So
Yeah.
and so so you play football? Do you play it professionally or just with your friends?
No, just with my friends, because actually it is hard to be a professional player
Mhm.
of football. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, excellent. And in your opinion, what is the best team to do well in the next World Cup?
Actually, the best team, I think it is Brazil and Germany. Germany and Brazil.
Okay, Germany and Brazil. Okay.
But if you talk about international team, but if you mean other teams, I support or I'm a big fan of Real Madrid.
Okay. Yeah, I was I was actually talking about international teams because I don't know much about football. So
Okay.
I've heard a little bit about Manchester United because of the town I lived in Europe was kind of affiliated with that team. So.
I have been to it's what is the name of stadium of Manchester.
Uh-huh. I don't know. I've never been there.
Yeah, I have been to Manchester and I visited the stadium.
Oh, did you? Okay. So you really are a fan.
Yeah, right.
Excellent. Excellent. All right. So Carolina, you get to answer your own question. So what are you interested in? Carolina, are you there? Hello? Okay, maybe she's walked away from her desk for some reason. So Andre, how about you? What are you interested in?
Interested in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I am interested in listen English lesson.
Uh-huh. Okay, so you're interested in the English lesson. Excellent. All right. Carolina, are you back?
Yes, teacher, I am back.
Okay.
Sorry.
Excellent. Excellent. We caught you. So Carolina, we're going to have you answer your own question. So what are you interested in?
Mm, at the moment, I am interested in learning English too, but I am
Interested.
interested in programming software too,
Uh-huh.
and also I am interested in spending my time with my family.
Ah, okay. Excellent. And so you like having uh, a, a free time for with your family. Excellent. All
Yeah.
right, thank you. All right, and let's go to Jonathan. Jonathan, can you choose a word and ask a question?
Okay, impressive.
So in this one, the E, because it's past tense, the E is silent. Okay. Now this
Impress.
one, the E is not, and the reason the E is not silent is because of the T. Okay.
Okay.
So interested, disappointed. When there's a TED or DED, then you always say the E. Otherwise, because of this S, you do not say this E right here. So impressed. And then in fact
Impressed.
the T the D actually sounds like a T when you say it with the S.
Yes.
Impressed.
Impressed.
Okay? Yeah. All right. So what is your question?
Okay. Are you impressed
Impressed?
impressed by NASA?
Okay. So it isn't by, it is are you impressed with
Okay. With NASA.
NASA as in the organization, the moon.
Yes.
Okay. Are you impressed with NASA? Okay. Um, I will say that I am because I absolutely love the moon. I mean, I love the idea of space travel. So I would love to go down and watch a something happening down there. And if I were younger, I'd probably consider looking into being an astronaut. But I didn't become interested in it until I was older. Um, so how about you, Hogan? Are you impressed with NASA?
Yeah, actually, I'm impressed with what NASA have done, not just NASA. So, like, um, landing, sending man to the moon, something like that. So, I'm impressed with what NASA have done before.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're impressed with it. All
But
right.
somehow these days they do not send human to the moon anymore. So I'm just really disappointed.
Yeah, I think they need to send humans. It's the humans to the moon. For me, it doesn't matter because, but it's the space shuttle stuff that I'm more interested in.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Okay.
so, yeah. All right. Fog, how about you? Are you impressed with NASA? Interesting question.
No, actually, I'm not interested in NASA
With
because,
depressed with?
yeah, because actually, these days, I think everything might be happening. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so who in the past could think about a man from Saudi Arabia in a class and speak to people maybe from all over the world, right? It
Mm-hmm.
was impossible. So I think I'm not impressed by that because I think in future we can maybe see some inventions
Mm-hmm.
maybe unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
this is my idea. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm impressed with any space organization though. So, Carolina, how about you? Are you impressed with NASA?
Yes, I am impressed with NASA because I admire the people who works in that place
Uh-huh.
because they do things that are amazing for me. For example, to go to the moon or to visit another planets. That is the thing that I wanna go in the future,
Mm-hmm.
if I can.
Okay. Excellent. All right. And Andre, how about you? Are you impressed with NASA?
NASA is the National Aerosport and Space and Administration in USA.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. National. Yeah, that's the one that Jonathan asked about.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm very interested in for the NASA.
And so
Uh,
yeah, I'm
I
very impressed
saw,
with. Mm-hmm.
yes, but sometimes you have accident. I
Mm-hmm.
saw before accident with NASA,
Mm-hmm.
and, but I know you have visiting Luna, yeah?
Mm-hmm. A
Luna?
moon.
A
Moon.
moon.
Moon. Mm-hmm.
Visiting moon. I think will be to stay there on the moon and the future.
Mm-hmm.
The people he visit on the moon. On the future, you have a home on the moon
Mm-hmm.
to life.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Um, do you remember the first moon landing?
Yes, I remember. I saw the first. Yes, I saw on TV.
Uh-huh.
Yes,
Were you a small child or a
yes, I saw in here and the TV and black and white.
black and white TV?
Yeah,
Okay.
I
Okay.
saw a long time
Yeah.
ago for the first
Yeah.
time.
It
Yes.
was I'll let you know it was 46 years ago
Yeah,
because it was about 7 days before I was born. So
yeah.
um and I've heard about the moon landing
Yes, I very
for my
impressioning and
brothers.
yes, I very impressioning
Uh-huh.
and the world and the first
Hmm.
visiting of the moon. Yes,
Yeah.
I'm very
Yeah.
interested.
Yeah, of course there's a conspiracy saying that it didn't really happen, but we'll see. Only the astronauts really know whether it really happened or not. So, all right, let's go on. Jonathan, you didn't need to answer your own question. Are you impressed with NASA?
Yes, I am impressed with NASA.
Impressed?
Impressed,
Impressed? Right.
impressed with NASA because the discoveries they are doing and the discoveries they are doing, and I think their work help humanity and
Mhm.
and improve the technology here in the world of in the
Mhm.
world.
Mhm. Okay.
That's why.
All right. All right. And Hogan, how about you? Can you choose a word and ask a question?
Sure. I wanna choose worried.
Mhm. Okay.
Yeah. So the question is, what are you worried about in the future?
Okay. Uh, okay. So
Can I
what are
use
you?
about? Can I?
You can about is the word about is but and I can't write it very well, but it in is kind of strange. What are you worried about in the future? So let's see if we can fix that sentence. Um, what are you worried about regarding the future?
Regarding the future, okay.
Yeah, and that's in my ears that sounds better than what are you worried about in the future, or what about the future are you worried about?
Okay.
So okay, so let's start. Fog. how about you? What is it? What in the future are you worried about? That's another one. What in the future are you worried about? Fog. I'll write the question.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah,
Fog.
actually,
Okay.
yeah. All what I worried about in future, I think it's the peace issue. You know,
Mhm.
I'm worried about wars because wars nowadays are everywhere, and I hope one day the peace will be on all over the world.
Mhm. I
Yeah, that is.
I totally concur. I concur. Does everybody know what that means? If somebody says I concur,
That's agree.
that means I agree. Yes, I agree.
Yeah, yeah,
I really want peace as well. I think this is one of
yeah,
the reasons I absolutely love this job, because in this job you hear so much, you learn to know people from all over the world, and we realize that we're all alike. You know, we all have the same dreams and ambitions, and we're more alike than we are different. So, um,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, Carolina. So, what in the future are you worried about?
I am worried about global warming
Uh huh. Okay.
because if the weather is crazy now, I don't know what happened in the future.
Hmm.
No.
Yeah, for future generations,
Yeah,
and now
for my
is
child.
in Colombia. Have you had a strange weather year this year?
Yeah, when I was a child, Bogota was really, really cold. And now, for example, in the morning, we have a great sun, and at night it's really cold. Maybe the degree, yes, the
Hmm.
degree was increased by 5 or 7 degrees at that time.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah, so it's increased and gotten warmer. Yeah,
Mhm.
I noticed that we went through in here in Idaho a warm spell. We were at about 42 degrees, which is not normal for us. So in Saudi Arabia it's normal, but right, but in Idaho we usually do not have it that hot, and that's one of the things that I thought about was is this because of global warming? So, but thankfully it's not that hot anymore. So, um, and Andre, in the future are you worried about?
Yes, I think is the future we have. It's not visiting. We have a house on the
Money, yes. Uh-huh.
on the moon. You have the house to visiting the moon. The future, I think, is the future is the everyone he live on the moon. I think is the visiting. I
Mm,
think is
oh.
the object for the NASA. They
Uh-huh.
want to have some build some house, some I don't know in the world
Mhm.
exactly, but I
Okay.
know. I remember Apollo 11
Uh-huh.
in I saw in 21 July 1979
Uh-huh.
is the Apollo 11 with Neil Armstrong in Buzz Aldrin.
Yeah, that was 1969.
1969, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. 20 July.
Mhm.
Neil
And so,
Armstrong is the first time is the and the person is visit and the moon.
mhm. So are you worried about The living on the moon? Is that something about the future that that worries you?
No, it's not worrying. I think it's possible, and some people will live on the moon.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, the question is about worry. Okay, so what about the future are you worried about? What in the future are you worried about? Is there anything that you are worried about in the future?
But I think it's possible you have another accident. It's possible. I worry about with uh, uh, I don't know the object with the NASA with fusée. I don't know the word.
Okay. All right. Um, no worries. Okay, thank you very much. Jonathan, how about you? What is it about the future that you are worried about?
Well, I worry about the situation that is happening now in Puerto Rico
Mm,
because my family lives there and I care about them.
hmm
Um,
what is happening in Puerto Rico?
there's
I'm
a
Googling it. So,
there's a crisis, debt crisis.
there's a debt crisis, a financial
Like,
crisis.
yeah, financial crisis, and is not very good.
Oh, I wasn't aware of that. How long has this been going on?
Well, it's have many years now, like 5 years, but
Uh-huh.
right now is worse because the government don't have money and they are broke
Uh-huh.
and they they don't have money to dissolve to
Hmm.
manage the
Situation.
the situation. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, that is definitely something to worry about.
it's
So,
something like is happening in Greece.
hmm yeah. In fact, I know I have some friends and family that are all worried that that is coming to the U.S. as well. The world as we know it is going to completely change, and my sister's preparing for a financial crisis. You know, a lot of people are they're getting a lot more food in their home and things because they think that there's going to be some type of crisis in the
Yes,
U.S.
yes.
So,
I think because here of the I don't bubble
uh-huh, the tech
economic
bubble,
yeah, economic
economic
bubble,
bubble. Mm,
economic bubble.
Bubble?
yeah, that was the was it the e-commerce bubble? It was in 2008.
Okay.
So you guys have not recovered yet in
Yeah,
Puerto Rico. Oh wow.
no,
Okay.
no.
Yeah.
It's been like a decade now,
Yeah.
and oh, it's worse right now,
Wow.
and
Wow.
it's going to be more worse. To
Okay. It's go and yeah, it's going to get it basically instead of being more worse, you would say it's going to get worser. It's
okay, yeah,
or no,
yeah.
actually that's not right. That's it's going to get worse. As
It's
you
going
don't
to
even
get worse. Okay.
yeah, because worse is already part of more, so it's going to get worse. And you really can't add a more to that. Okay, and then Hogan, this was your question. So, what is it about the future that you are worried about?
You know, I'm currently living in Los Angeles, California.
Uh huh.
So I'm worried about um, earthquake actually. So
Ah,
yeah, I don't know if you watched the movie San Andrea.
I
That's
haven't seen it.
yeah. So that's a kind of a story to presuming that we have the big earthquake in Los Angeles through
Mm-hmm.
all the way up in San Francisco. That is
Yeah.
a disaster. So I'm 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 worried about that.
Yeah.
Because I'm living in downtown in Los Angeles. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I was intrigued a few weeks ago because there's these doomsdayers, some people that are saying that the end of the world is coming, and they're saying September, that the west coast of no, that the United States will have a big meteor or something hit us and we'll all be destroyed. And it's really kind of a comet. No, not a meteor, but a comet is going to hit the U.S.
Yeah, that could be much more than earthquake, I guess.
Yeah, and they said with this, if this comet hits the U.S., there'll be 3 days of darkness and all kinds of stuff. And it would be interesting if it were really true. But I was intrigued. I think about 3-4 weeks ago. So I watched on YouTube all
Mhm.
these different people talking about it, and some people saying it's not true, and some people saying it's true, and it was interesting. So, all right, Fog. Can you choose a word and ask a question?
Yeah. Mm, maybe I'll choose the word. What? Mm, okay. Word with talk.
Talk. Okay,
Talk.
let's see if
Yeah.
we can find it. Where is it? Okay, right here.
In the
Okay.
center.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And my question is, who you usually talk with?
Okay.
I think.
Who do you usually talk to?
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
So who do you
But
usually talk to? But
is it is
another
it accept?
preposition.
Sorry, but
Yeah.
is it acceptable to say talk with?
Um. Yeah. For the sentence that you asked, two is the better. Um. But this is a word that has three possible prepositions, depending on the meaning. Okay, depending on the
Yeah.
sentence. So let's go ahead. I'll go ahead and on the verbally chat. I'll write three different questions with all three prepositions. Okay. So the first one, who do you usually talk to? Is what the question that you asked. Who do you usually talk to? Okay. Then you have. Uh, are you no, let's see, talk with uh, talk with, I'm thinking talk with, I'm thinking out loud. Talk about, what do you usually talk about? Talk with, I'm thinking that talk with is not used very much, if at all.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, because I'm trying to think of an example and I can't. Okay, so it's talk to and talk about. So who
Okay.
do you talk to and what do you talk about? Okay, so and this is what, like,
Uh,
about serious topics, right?
do you talk with your parents? Or to your parents?
You can't, I guess you can't ask a question with it. But he is talking to his parents. Yeah, you talk to your parents. I want to Google that. Carlina, why don't you answer his question and I will Google it. So who do you usually talk to?
Okay. I usually talk to my friends and my family and my boyfriend and my cats and no more.
Okay, your family, your cats as well. Do,
Yeah,
do, your, do your cats talk back?
she say meow and no more.
Okay. Does she seem to understand?
I believe yes, because for example, when I bring her food, I usually talk to her, and she always look at me surprised.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Mhm.
I believe that they can understand me.
Mhm.
I know that they are interested in the food or in the food mostly.
Mhm. Okay. Um. Okay. Thank you. Um. And as far as your guys' question about talk with and talk to, it's here's a blog written by the Grammar Girl about the difference between talk to and talk with. I haven't read it all, but from what I've been able to see while Carolina was talking, was that there are regional differences. And so talk with will probably work. And the reason why I think it doesn't is because in my region, in my English, we don't use talk with. But that might be a blog that you guys can read about that. So thank you very much, Carolina. So, a Grammar Girl is actually quite good. I think that she also has a YouTube link. I think she has a YouTube that she actually explains a lot of things as well. So, um, um, uh, let's see. Andre, couldn't remember your name for a second. Andre,
Yeah.
who do you usually talk to when you
Who
have something? Who do you usually talk to when you have like something serious to talk about?
I usually my friend. I talk with my friend.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Sometimes I usually talk and personal question
Mhm.
on my life and my work, and sometimes I talk usually scientific question with my
Mhm.
uh, uh, another teacher.
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you very much, Andre.
You're welcome.
Andre and not Andre, Jonathan, who do you usually talk to?
Well, I usually talk to my wife,
Mhm.
and I talk with her all day about my daughter.
Yeah. Yeah. And Jonathan, I just saw that your message. You said all years some people say that the world is going to end. Yeah, that's true. Every year you hear that all the time.
Yes,
So
I
this year,
think that
this
the
year the hype
past,
is even more so. So
yes, and 2012, I think that people worry about something happening in the end of
yeah.
the year.
Well, this year, a lot of people are saying it is because of it because there's four blood moons, and it's like um, something to do with the Jewish calendar, the Shemitah or something like that. So that's why they're saying that. They all have these different reasons, and I don't know. I'm just gonna watch
Okay,
and see what happens. I doubt it though, but
I will have to Google it because I don't know what what it is.
yeah, yeah. Type in the four blood moons, and you might read about it. So,
Okay.
Hogan, um, how about you?
Yeah,
Who do you usually talk to?
yeah, maybe it depends on the subject we are
Uh
talking
huh.
to.
Uh huh.
Uh,
Talking
but
about.
yeah, talking about. So I usually talk to um, my wife,
Mhm.
obviously, because I spend a lot of my time with my wife and my
Mhm.
son as well.
Mhm.
So we are living together.
Mhm.
And some company issues, I obviously talking with my coworkers at work,
Okay. Okay.
and some private issues I may talk to my friends as well.
Uh
So
huh.
so whoever
Okay.
I meet, that I talk to.
So question. I didn't realize you had a family in the States with you. Um. So at home, you guys speak Korean, right?
uh, we are speaking both ways. So because my son came to US very early age, and he's comfortable with the English more than
Oh, okay.
Korean. So
Okay.
we sometimes we speak in Korean, sometimes we speak in English, and we both
So
speak
you want to
in.
make sure he's bilingual. Is he going to? Does he go to like Korean school on Saturday?
Used to like early ages, like a 5 years and 6 years old, but not anymore.
Oh, okay. Because I've heard that that's really common. So
Yeah.
Korean school, Greek school, Japanese school,
Yeah, in
Chinese
Korean
school.
Catholic Church, and there is a every Sunday school or something. So yeah, they
Cool.
spend a couple of hours there.
Excellent. All right. And Fog, how about you answer your own question? Who do you usually talk to?
Actually, I prefer to talk to foreigners, especially, I mean, in languages, especially American native speakers and British native speakers, English native speakers in general. And actually, I also like to talk to Spanish people because I want to learn Spanish.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Well,
And of course, in real, I mean, through the internet, okay, or via the net. But in my real life, of course, I usually talk to my friends, my parents, my brothers and sisters. Okay.
So are you taking advantage of taking the English classes and the Spanish classes here on Verbling then?
Actually, I'm new here, and this is my, I think, fourth day in this
okay.
website. Yeah, and actually, I like it, and maybe, but my English is better than Spanish. Spanish I just began maybe 3 weeks ago. I just speak or talks or know some words in Spanish, but not and the phrases. And I think in future I could take courses, and I like talking to I like talking to Spanish people.
Cool. All right. All right. And let's go on. We have time for one more question, or just probably not, at least to make the question. I don't know if we have time for everybody to answer it. So, Andre, could you choose a word and make a question? Any of these words?
Okay. You vote and general election and the country.
Okay. Do you vote? Oh, do you vote in the general election? Okay, so for vote we have 4 when we're talking about a person. Okay, so when you're talking about who are you going to vote for, then that would be the correct preposition. I hadn't even thought about the one that you used, but that's a prepositional phrase, so it's not a dependent preposition. So but do you vote in your country, or do you vote in the general elections in your country?
Yeah.
Okay. And so, Jonathan, do you vote in the general elections in your country?
Yes, and I'm going to vote here.
You're voting here in the States. So
yes,
that's right.
but
Puerto Rican, you can, can't you?
yeah.
So awesome. Yeah. Have you decided on your first choice for the next president?
No, but I'm looking at Bernie because he has some ideas that I like, but I don't know. I don't know.
I found this website on Facebook called isidewith.com, and you can go there and type and answer questions to see which candidate you're closer to as far as your philosophy and stuff.
What is the site? The
It's
website?
isidewith.com. I put it on the chat.
Okay,
And
thank you.
it would be interesting for everybody, to go there and see, how Republican or Democrat you are, and um, and so forth. It might be interesting for the rest of you, even though you're not able to vote in the American politics. So, Hogan, how about you? Do you vote in your country?
Yes, I have Korean citizenship here still, so
Uh-huh.
I can vote remotely.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. I lived in Finland for 11 years, and I only voted once when I was abroad, and it was because I wasn't able to get the ballot. And my dad helped me get it the first time, but then he died, and
Oh.
and my mom, poor her, she was worried that I would vote opposite of what she thought, so she didn't help me. So it was kind of funny. Fog, how about you? Do you vote are there elections in Saudi Arabia? Do you vote at all? Fog, are you there? Oh, anyway, it's Saved by the Bell, Fog, because it looks like we're done, and so thank you very much for your time. I will be teaching another class, and I will be on emotion vocabulary if you guys want to join me. Thank you very much. See you
Okay,
later.
thank you,
Okay,
thank you.
thank
Thanks.
you. Bye
Bye.
bye.
Thank you, teacher.